Today we're going to present Maths Olympiad published by Educational Publishing House. Educational Publishing House has published Olympiad book since long time ago. The initial publication is Book 1, Book 2, Book 3 of Maths Olympiad's competition manual. Book 1 especially is for age 7 to 8, which is primary 1 to 2 in Singapore. Book 2 is for primary 3 and 4, which is age 9 and 10 in Singapore. Book 3 is for primary 5 and primary 6, which is age 11 and 12. These three books has been selling well as bestsellers in Singapore, and it is gonna be phased off and replaced by this series, which is called Basic. Maths Olympiad for Primary School Basics is a new edition to represent the three books combined in one book. In details, these books have comprehensive coverage of topics, questions of higher order thinking skills, arranged is increasing level of difficulty, exposure of problem-solving heuristics, step-by-step worked solutions for complete understanding. So, teachers or students can do assessment or exercises to face Olympiad competitions, to do the practice day by day to prepare themselves. Next, publishing is the next series is preparing for primary Maths Olympiad competitions. This book is written by the trainers from MSO. So the details about these books is actually more for the preparation for the test itself, with the minutes and timing, the level of difficulties of every single problems. The next publishing is preparing for primary Maths Olympiad competitions. This particular book is prepared by the trainers from Maths Hubs. The key features of this book is a wide variety of non-routine problems to hone problem-solving skills. They have 10 specially crafted practice papers to prepare pupils for various mathematical Olympiad competitions, and they have detailed work solutions to facilitate efficient self-learning. So especially during current situation in which students have to study at home online, they may not have teachers next to them, so they can use these books for self-learning to do problems, and these books provide the work solutions. Next publishing is Maths Olympiads for lower primary. This is for younger children, written by Lee Lan Lan and under consultant Dr. Thomas Koo. These books actually will sharpen students in logical thinking on problem-solving ability. It has questions for higher order thinking skills. They have questions arranged in increasing level of difficulty and exposure to problem-solving heuristics. So this book is very sellable also, especially for logical thinking for the students to prepare them for the Maths Olympiad competitions. Maths Model Methods, Techniques and Strategies for Upper Primary. This is a book published by Educational Publishing House. The objective of this book is to help students by user-friendly way to explain about mathematics modeling, to understand about how to solve problems with the method of mathematics modeling. The key features here is step-by-step approach to analyze problem sums, work examples given to teach concepts for each lesson, and then there is the full work solutions provided for answers. This book is written by Eden Gunn, which is an expert in education, especially mathematics. Udah full. This book is first published in 2011. It is an old book already, and it is reprinted twice in 2012 and then again in 2014 and 15. So this book has been reprinted so many times, and now they have the new editions coming out with this cover. But I'll take these old books for examples for the details later. The initial explanation is the principle of model drawings, which is covered in topics 1. Chapter 2, which is called topics 2, they cover basic model construction. Topics 3 covering modeling strategies for repeated identity concepts. Topics 4 cover modeling strategies for remainder concepts. Then it goes to topic 5, modeling strategies for equal and non-equal quantities. And chapter 6 is the hardest part, which is advanced modeling strategies for word problems. Let's go into details. For example, model models the visual of algebra. So it tells us how to link between the problems, put it in pictures. Lesson 1 will explain about model the visual algebra. Lesson 2 explain about best practices and the conventions of model construction. It tells about how to construct a model and then how to link between two pictures. And then when it goes to fraction, you can put it horizontally. This is subtraction, this is addition, and goes for division also. This is manipulation of the units. All the technique will be taught here. This is subdivide. This is another technique. You can also pictures like this. And this is the unique style of mathematical problems, doing fraction. Take away. This is minus. This is divisions. Now there are several types of modeling: part whole, comparison model, stack model, area model, remainder subset models, you can minus out, container and content model, pictorial model, unitary and numerical model, segmented unit model, number lines model. Then we start with basic part of whole models. Now this is very interesting because they presented it in cartoon to make it interesting for children. And with some questions that the children don't understand, they can ask the parents, and this is other teachers, and this is how the teachers explain. So it looks fun, and it's not bored, and easy to understand for children. This is very good when you have online learning where teachers not next to you. You can do self-learning. And these are the exercises. After so many explanations, you can start to do a little bit of the problems. Of course, this book is for understanding the technique and strategy. It is not for exercises, problems, or drilling. So the questions here, the assessment here will not be enough for students if they want to do drillings. So this is more like teaching the concepts. This also helps young teachers to understand mathematical models and to teach students at the same time. So it can be self-learned, it can be for teachers to show students. So chapter by chapter, comparison models, it goes for repeated identity concept. So many techniques can be used, especially this part. Unequal, the non-equal quantities is another tricks in primary 5 and primary 6. doing backward, working backward. You calculate first and then count backward. These are all the techniques that you can use for ratio grouping strategy. This is it. This is pairing. This is elimination method from basic until intermediate, until advanced. All the techniques will be taught. So this is really a worth to buy books. Then they also have all the solutions behind it that the student can do self-checking and self-practices also. Now, again, thank you to EPH Educational Publishing House that come up with these books, and thanks to the author Aidan Gunn that create this book so friendly and so easy to use to understand more about mathematics modeling. And Little Bookworm in here bring in these books to Indonesia to improve Indonesian students to be smarter and better.